This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. Listen, folks, Kawhi Leonard is not going to the Los Angeles Lakers. Not unless it's done on two terms. I'm going to say that again. Kawhi Leonard is not going to the Los Angeles Lakers unless it's done on two terms. Here's term number one. LeBron James has to relinquish the role as the number one guy on that team. That's scenario one. I'm going to say that again. LeBron James has to relinquish the role as the main guy or the main cog of that team. That would have to be scenario one. If that doesn't happen, I don't see any scenario where Kawhi Leonard is just going to voluntarily go to the Los Angeles Lakers. Why? To be a LeBron James sidekick? LeBron James is 34 years old. Next year he's going to be 35. As a matter of fact, he's going to be 35 this December. So why would Kawhi Leonard, who has the upside in terms of age, in terms of him being able to give you more for years in and years out, relinquish and become a sidekick to LeBron James, an aging superstar at that? Think, folks. Use your brain for a second. That's not going to happen. So Kawhi Leonard has to get assurances that LeBron James is going to step down and relinquish that role. Basically, LeBron James is going to have to do what Shaq did with Dwayne Wade. He's going to have to accept a second, lesser, more glorified Robin role. This is the only way that Kawhi Leonard is going to go and play for that team. Now, here's the other second contingency plan. If LeBron James comes out and says, look, well, I'm not going to give the team to you, Kawhi Leonard. You're not going to definitively be the number one cog, but we're going to share the number one cog responsibility. I'm going to say that again. I'm not going to definitively give you the number one cog, but we are going to share the number one cog responsibility. You will be 1A and I will be 1B. I'm the aging superstar, so there's no way that I can be equal to you. These are the only two scenarios that I see definitively that Kawhi Leonard is going to go play for the Los Angeles Lakers. If these two scenarios did not happen, you guys can kiss that goodbye. Kawhi Leonard is not going to LA. I mean, just look at what happened. Magic Johnson left after we know a weekend that just transpired prior to him leaving, in the bombshell of him leaving earlier this week, right? They had a 3-hour meeting. Who was all in the room? LeBron James, Rich Paul, Rob Pelinka, Jeanie. I mean, come on, folks. So you mean to tell me 3+ hours of a meeting, nothing was said, nothing transpired, nothing happened that pissed Magic Johnson off, that forced Magic Johnson to make that surprise announcement that he's stepping down as president? And then a few days later to find out that Luke Walton got fired? I mean, how much injury would you add to insult to Magic Johnson? So you couldn't let Magic Johnson do the firing. So you had to do it after the fact. Clearly what Magic was saying was adding up, folks. This is chess, not checkers. The man saw that they were going to try to throw him under the bus. He wanted no parts of that. And this is alluding more and more to the fact of why I felt that Rob Pelinka had his own dog in the race. This had nothing to do with Kobe Bryant. I don't know why people are throwing Kobe in the mix. Kobe's out there doing children's books, capital, venture, investment opportunities. He's not focused on the Los Angeles Lakers in that regard, in that realm. Rob Pelinka is his own independent guy. He's a sports agent. Y'all need to do some research on him. He's a well-renowned sports agent, you know what I'm saying, that has been making some waves in the NBA from a sport agent aspect. This is a new arena for him, a new challenge, and he's trying to go all the way up to the top. That's just the type of person he is. When it comes to business, he's a competitor. So what better way to get the guy's job that you want and get him out of the way so that you can position yourself, the Rob Lowe lookalike. So he had his own dog in the race. Don't be surprised if an announcement is made not too far after stating that he's the president of basketball operations. I would not be surprised, folks. It's going to come. It's going to happen. It's going to transpire. Jeanie has her own dog in the race. Right now, she's regretting the decision that she made to get LeBron James. She did not listen to her ex-significant other in Phil Jackson, who was telling her to stay away from LeBron James. So right there, she's already going against counsel because counsel already warned her. Don't bring that dude to your team. I get it from a business standpoint. You know what I'm saying? She's been over the helm for 3 years, and she was desperate to bring some kind of business relevancy. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of noise and some kind of shock factor to the Los Angeles Lakers, especially after the Paul George deal fell through. I didn't think she wanted the LeBron James route. I saw the route that she was trying to do because, like I said, she's a very astute and very shrewd businesswoman. And I saw that by getting Paul George, if they would have been able to land him, they would have been able to get some other free agents like the Kawhi Leonards of the world, the Kevin Durant's of the world, the Kyrie Irvings of the world. They would have been setting themselves up for a good team, a really good team, a super team of her choosing. But you got to blame it on her because at the end of the day, she's the vice mayor, you know what I'm saying, or the vice principal of the Los Angeles Lakers. She's the one that has the keys to the kingdom when it comes to the purple and gold. And she screwed up in how they recruited and trying to get Paul George. That falls on her because the Lakers were lackluster in their way of getting Paul George. They didn't even try. If they would have tried, they would have had this man on the team, but they didn't. So that falls on them. So if you wanted Kawhi Leonard, the keys would have been through Paul George. Because if Paul George would have went and played there, Kawhi Leonard could definitely see himself playing with a guy like that, as opposed to him seeing himself play with a guy like LeBron James. I'm telling you, their games, Kawhi Leonard's game could mesh with LeBron, but the problem is LeBron has too much toxic as fuck environment going on around him. It's a shit show, folks. And let's just be honest, Kawhi Leonard is a docile dude. He does not like drama. I mean, just look at how things ended in San Antonio with him. The man does not like drama. He does not like people backstabbing him. And he will demand a trade if anything. If he smells any ounce of backstabbing, he will demand a trade. So this is why I feel Kawhi Leonard is not going to Los Angeles Lakers. Because there's too much of a LeBaggage and a LeLuggage for him to have to deal with. And he has to get those two scenarios and those two assurances for him to go and play for the Los Angeles Lakers. So is he going to LA? It's a resounding no. Unless those two are met, and they would have to be signed in a non-disclosure agreement, folks. I'm trying to educate y'all, give y'all some business 101. Unless Kawhi Leonard gets a non-disclosure agreement that LeBron James will succumb to these stipulations, then it ain't happening. This is Henos' Sport. Checking out.